We are at the quarterfinals for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship tournament to determine the new champion after Kane was stripped following the Brothers of Destruction brutal attack on none other than Vince McMahon. So, tonight we will see The Rock vs. Road Dogg. That starts off Raw. Undertaker vs. Godfather, who defeated Chris Candido and Owen Hart. Then Triple H vs. Mankind in the it's called semi-main event, or yeah, I think that's it. Then Kane vs. Stone Cold in the main event. Other than that, we see APA versus Marvelous Ones, Un-Americans versus Headbangers, other matchups, and I think that would be it. So let's kick it off with Road Dogg and The Rock. Okay, so we start off with Road Dogg and The Rock. The Rock picks up the victory here with the People's Elbow. The Rock moves on to the semifinals. Will he face Stone Cold or Kane? Now remember, the fans are kind of getting behind The Rock. He is turning face, but kind of not really, so he's in the tweener mode right now, very much as he was at the time. So where he ends up after Survivor Series is yet to be determined. From there, after the match, we see Road Dogg backstage with Batista and X-Pac. You know, they say, apparently some people talking shit on us. Don't worry about it. We're gonna take care of you guys. Blah blah blah. Then we see Un-Americans versus Headbangers, and when Lance Storm wins with the single leg crab. Story is Un-Americans, Headbangers just turned face last week. Non-Americans, they need to win more than Headbangers. Matt Bloom's still not really over. But after a match, the important thing is Batista comes out and just beats the shit out of him. He's pissed that they cost him chance to be World Heavyweight Champion. As Batista, silent kind of so far, has a possibility to be very over. Very much fulfills potential as he was in real life. Godfather, the ultimate underdog of the tournament, versus Undertaker ends when the Undertaker wins a chokeslam. The Undertaker will move on to the semifinals. Will he face Mankind and revisit that classic feud, or will he start a new one with Triple H? Following that match, we see APA cut a promo on Mark Marrow and Mike Barton. That match ends when none other than Mark Henry, who had problems with the APA, run in and attack them, letting the Marvelous Ones get the victory. But after the match, Too Cool runs in and makes a save for APA, so we get our 5v5. It's the Marvelous Ones, Mark Henry, versus APA, Too Cool. Gangrel might join Mark Henry, but I might throw in Un-Americans there, just to make an even 5v5. So we know the face 5, we don't know the heel 5, we only know 3. From there, Chris Candido agrees to a match with Godfather for the European title. Chris Candido is still pissed that the Godfather beat him in the first round. Godfather, has been on a hot streak, so European Championship match, Godfather versus Chris Candido. We then see Triple H cut a promo on Mankind and Brian Pillman. And that match ends when Brian Pillman interferes, letting Mankind set up the victory. So we're going to revisit one of the best feuds of all time in the game and in real life, Mankind vs. Undertaker. So will Stone Cold advance, or would Kane? Here, after a match, Triple H calls out Brian Pillman, "You son of a bitch, you want a match with me for my Intercontinental title, you got it." And then the main event, Stone Cold Steve Austin vs. Kane, ends with Stone Cold Steve Austin picking up the victory. Once again, he has a chance to be the champion. Here, let's shorten this down to show you guys what excuse me. Alrighty. And it's like bitch to talk and do this shit. I apologize. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's do that. There we go. So here, let's ignore this. Kane got a buy round. You know that. So far, the big surprise of the tournament to me were Scotty 2 Hottie. I didn't really think I would do that much with him, even though he only danced once. Road Dogg making as far as he did was important. Was a good move, I think, because the tag team champ. Godfather, I don't think anybody when they first saw Chris Candido versus Godfather as a win. Even though I did have next to Godfather's name, I hope that didn't screw you guys up a little bit. And These are all predictable up here, I believe, and so I think these would be predictable as well. Any other things I really want to point out? No, not really. 99 rating, hell of a rating. 92. This is what you want before you go into pay per view. The fans are going to want to see this. Think this is going to do a lot of pay per view buys. So let's see how we face up WCW. It's 49-24. Is it going to be number 50 or is it going to be 25 for WCW? Alright, screw the emails. Roddy Piper versus Davey Boy Smith. Sting versus Meng. That's nothing really stand out. Let's get a WCW's roster because there's something I want to point out. And I don't know if I should change it or not. I don't think I'm going to. Just because it's the way the game fell out. Excuse me while I'm quiet for a sec. Alright, so pretty much. So we're getting through the draws. Roddy Piper, he's negotiating with the contract now. And he's going to only show up in pay-per-views. So you're not going to see Roddy Piper, really. Ric Flair only shows up at pay-per-views. I think that's a big deal. I don't know about Randy Savage. Hollywood Hogan only shows up in pay-per-views as well. So really, there are three of their biggest guys are only going to show up in pay-per-views, which is a little bit of a big deal. Because, they're spending a lot of money for these guys. And then, it's like, I don't know. Hogan's probably close to $100,000, I remember. They're spending around $200,000 probably between the three just for pay-per-view matches, and they have creative control, so they're not going to lose. They're not going to get anyone else over. So I just think that was really important to point out. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. I hope you guys are really enjoying this series. I'm having a fucking blast doing it. By the time this is the 8th, January 8th, 2016. I don't know when you guys are going to see this. So I'm booking this now. The last episode to drop was Stone Cold and the Road Warriors versus Stampeders and Bret Hart. And then we went into Stone Cold versus Bret Hart. And that was I think that was King. Yeah, it was King of the Ring, I believe. No, it was pay-per-view before King of the Ring, 1997. Or about a month and a half after that, booked ahead. Or a year and a half. The thing with that is when I'm in college, I really can't record as much. I can't talk as loud just because, you don't want to be too loud. And so the recordings suffer from results. So I try to get far as ahead as possible so I can release 2 to 3 episodes every Wednesday or every Tuesday, Wednesday whenever I get a chance. Hope you guys are really enjoying it. Thank you guys for watching so much. I'm really having a blast, and honestly, I see myself doing this for a while. Now, there's a lot of guys that, died in real life that didn't die in the game, like Brian Pillman and stuff. I know what I'm going to do with Brian Pillman. I know what I'm going to do with a lot of these guys, like how they're going to retire. Like Owen Hart, for example. After he, after the contract he was in, he was going to retire, to go to, semi-retirement and only wrestle in Japan every couple months, just so, he can keep up. And Brian Pillman, I don't know what was supposed to happen to him, but Stone Cold, what if he never broke his neck? He wasn't gonna retire after WrestleMania 19. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Stone Cold wrestle till at least WrestleMania 20. He's gonna quit being full time after WrestleMania 18. That whole break. I think that is very important to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Even though he regrets it, it's his biggest regret. Maybe we won't do that. We'll get there. That's 4 years from now. So really, Stone Cold said he probably would end up retiring WrestleMania 23 to 25. So unless there's a big match, I know there's a couple matches I want to do that we should have saw, like Brock Lesnar versus Stone Cold, Goldberg versus Stone Cold. Even though Goldberg isn't a huge star in the game, I think he's gonna end up being a pretty damn big star, just cause. Anything else like The Rock? I think I'm gonna let him go to Hollywood after WrestleMania 19, come back for WrestleMania 20, and then that's that. And then we get up to WrestleMania 28 or whenever he returns, we'll do it. But I really think it's important for some, because if I can't have The Rock, just he's only 26 now. So by the time we get WrestleMania 19, he'll be almost 30. So just to have him, be a star still in the company, wrestle every pay per view, just make it too easy for me. And then we won't see guys like John Cena and Batista rise. We won't see guys like Brock Lesnar really rise too much. Kurt Angle all the same. So I'm gonna try to keep it how it should have played out or how it could have played out as much as possible. Thank you guys for watching, and really, really do thank you, and hope you guys all have a good one. And when I say good one, just a good day or whatever, it's just something to say. It's normal for me to say. It's just a habit, I guess. At this point, I can't figure out anything else. Peace.